just a full disclosure before we start, I love all of my ninjas. All right. I am not a self-hater. I do not promote self-hate, contrary to popular belief. But let's read this because we're going to have to get into a bigger discussion here. Okay. So I heard about the Afrotech conference, right? A black tech conference. I've been hearing about this, and I keep hearing that basically it was just a cookout. You know what I mean? And this is not good. This is not good. This is not good because what you hear from this guy here that you see, he was not the only one that said that, right? So Black Tech Conference, I'm going to read the headline here. It says Black Tech Conference Afrotech got a lot of bad reviews on TikTok and Twitter for charging $800 for tickets. The conference was giving HBCU homecoming gathering vibes. So you see here, the guy below, his name is the Job Father. I guess that's his Twitter name. He said Afrotech was okay. The value given doesn't match the price paid or expenses. It feels more like a social gathering. No real workshops or hackathons. It was all vibes. But when you're charging $800 US dollars for he said 4 tickets and $100,000 to $350,000 for a booth. Oh shoot, you need more tangible results. That's not good. That's not good. But let's go to the post. Let's see the comments because I've been hearing about Afrotech. I've been hearing about this, and it was. I'm not gonna say most. But it was a lot of people that I saw. Like when I was watching different Manosphere people's streams, people were saying it was a lot of black people that I saw that was saying the amount of money compared to the actual value, given wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth the money. That's why I put in full disclosure, like, hey, I'm not a promoter of tearing down our own. You know what I mean? I'm not a promoter of that. But like when it comes to, when I hear, black conferences and all that stuff, the only time I would recommend if there's certain black people looking for an all black, thing to go to, I would always recommend something that's being ran, by the Nation of Islam, right? Or anything ran by the NOI, say if, for example, Minister Tony Muhammad, right? I think he's from LA. I think his mosque is in LA. If I'm not mistaken. Or I could be completely wrong, but he has his own spot. But if he was running, I think I don't know, maybe he's from ATL. I don't remember. But if he was running something, right? Or brother Rizza Islam, right? These guys, if they were running something, and it's like this is gonna be sponsored by the NOI, this is gonna be an all black event or something like that. I can, like, if it was ran by these people, the Nation of Islam has a track record of putting something constructive where actual value is being given, and vice versa. It's a equal exchange. Something productive can come out of it. But, and I'm not saying there's no like all black conferences that doesn't do well, but it seems like a lot of the times when these so-called black conferences, whether it be tech or finance, you know what I mean, or any of that sort, it turns into a twerking contest or a cookout type of environment where ninjas is doing dances and stuff, unfortunately. I'm guilty of this as well because I'm a musician. I've done some of these conferences and literally play the music to it. So I can't even completely ridicule it, that energy, because I've participated in that too. But when people ask me, should I a black conference, I'd be like, wait, what is it about? And if the NOI is not attached to it, I'm going to tell you, homie, just save your money. That's, it's sad, but you gotta do your research on these things. But let me look at the comments. So there's a girl here. I'm assuming she's black, but damn, that's a lot of filter, like lightning filter. Jesus Christ. Anyway, she says, tech girl here. We should also discuss these black owned tech boot camps from people who are not in tech or know nothing about it. That happens. Oh, this is the comment I was looking for because I did see this earlier. This comment says, There's a lot of money being made off of black excitement, black hope, and blackness in general, but not much substance. At this point, just go where you can get the best value for your dollar, black, white, or otherwise. And that's, let me put it on me real quick. This is the advice I usually give to people, especially because it'll be like a lot of black people. Sometimes they ask you for advice for certain things. And I always just say this. I'm like, I believe this. And I was surprised Corey Holcomb said the same thing one day. I was surprised because he's very for his people too. But I say the same thing. Go to wherever, black, white, wherever. Go to where you're getting the best value for your dollar. Right? Don't just go because it's an all black. You know what I mean. When I'm specifically talking to black people, or when they say should I go to a HBCU, I say hell no. And it's not even about because it's just an HBCU. It's just, look, if you want to go to HBCU because you want to hang out with your own people, fine, I give you that. But that's the reason. People don't say that that's the reason. But if your objective is you just want to hang out with your own people, and that's why you want to go to these black conferences, fine. But don't tell me it's like you're actually gonna do something productive. If you actually want to move far in life, you have to go to these places where you might not feel the most comfortable. You might be one of the few black people in those spaces or whatnot, but you need to go where the best value is, right? So when they say HBCU, I'm like, no, just why don't you aim for one of the blue blood colleges like Stanford or Harvard or Vanderbilt? You know what I mean? Duke, right? It doesn't have to be Ivy League, but just something where you put that on your resume and people be like, oh. All right. And even then, you go to one of those bigger colleges, you never know who you can network with. When you go into one of these colleges, you never know who you're going to network with. And I don't think HBCU is the best place to network or to get a degree or any of those things. Because even then, okay, say you do perfect, because it's an HBCU, it's not going to look good on a resume anyways. So instead of just, I'm not in belief of going to these jobs and say, you have to accept the HBCU. The only way it works is if you already have certain black people from the HBCU, but you have to join the fraternity of the dude so he can recognize you. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that, Mike Epps was complaining about what Kevin Hart was doing, because he believed that Kevin Hart was basically being a, how do I put it? He was only letting the people that he liked in with him instead of just picking straight talent. And that's what happens that's really kind of what ends up happening when it comes to these HBCU fraternity brothers, the alphas and the omegas, these ninjas dancing and, man, when I see these dudes, I'd be like, oh, here we go. You can call me a hater on that end, that's fine. But I'd be looking at that. I'm like, plus I know the inside information about the rainbow activity. Anyway, I'm going off point. So when it comes to that's why I always tell young black dudes, just go to just aim for Columbia, aim for just one of the blue blood colleges, one of the more recognizable, with the best reputation, if you can. You know what I mean? I think that if you're looking for the best value, that's how you're supposed to do it. And when you go into these boot camps, workshops, don't just go because it's an all black, or you want to because you want so bad to do to invest in your own people. I get that, but so far what I'm seeing, just not the best value, and it's not because of it's just what I've been seeing from these places. I keep seeing the same complaints. It's the same thing over and over again. It's not like different things. It's always the same thing. It's always cookout energy instead of networking energy, instead of actual money making energy. You know what I mean? So it's difficult to talk about. It's very difficult to talk about. So yeah, that's what I would bring on that. Let me bring up the comment section one more time if I can. Hopefully my thing goes through. Should be straight, but let's read let's reread that comment. It said there's a lot of money being made off of black excitement, black hope, blackness in general. At this point, go where you can get the best value for your dollar, black, white, or otherwise. That's always been my advice to all black men. He said, black people, we got to stop scamming each other if we want to go anywhere. But that's the thing. This is America. In America, it's not even just black and white. It's just America. To go far in America is scamming. It's scam energy. See, he said that's actually most conferences. It's all just a meet up with a famous speaker who's saying something they have said on the interview. Yes, I understand what he's saying, but it's a lot. There's a lot of black people that be going to these places with hope. You know what I mean? To really, but really, it's not what they think it is. So, and they end up leaving disappointed. So, and if that's basically why I give the advice that I give. So I'm like, if you really wanted to get something done, I don't think just going to a black conference because it's a black conference is the best thing for you if you want to get something done. Okay, so let's scroll if I can. I don't think I can. She said 800 is pretty low in comparison to most tech conferences. HBCU. She said, what's wrong with that? I'll say this. Of course, like, what people need to understand is, like women and men, when it comes to like parties, women be letting loose. They be dancing. So in their mind, they're like, what's the matter? But, men be, really be out here trying to make things happen, and, women sometimes on these things get easily distracted when it comes to these conferences, and they get caught up in, men and women really, to be honest, they just get caught up in the looks and glamours of it. And, you already know when it comes to like the black conferences and whatnot, it's just, they say they're there for a good purpose. And then a girl with a nice booty walks through, everybody, yeah, I'm here to learn, sister, this stuff. So, there's nothing you can do about that. So, but anyway, I have been seeing people talk about Afrotech. I've been hearing about that. So that's why I wanted to cover it. But I wanted to switch the conversation to even when it comes to when he said it's a HBCU gathering type of energy. And I wanted to bring it to even that point. If you are a young black man or black woman and you're really trying to get things done, you might want to look outside of just, let me just go to a black conference to help me. You might have to step outside of your comfort zone and really explore your options from there. Black man or black woman. I remember this old school black person from back in the day. Ninjas used to think it was corny, but he used to always say, it's not about living white, it's about living right. You just think it's corny back in the day, but the older you get, you understand what he's trying to say. So just kind of use that mentality, and kind of just look past the all black stuff. But I'll say this, like I said in the middle of this, if you do want to participate in something very organized, and that's, I guess, pro-black per se, I put in quotation marks, try to see if you can get in touch with anybody that's part of the NOI. Not saying there's no scammers in the NOI, because they definitely are scammers in the NOI. You're gonna have to do your research on that. But the black members of the NOI in America are the only group of black people I've seen that will run their organized events or their charities, and you could put money into it, and you can see a return in your investment. You know what I mean? So that's would be my suggestion if you still have hope. I guess that would be the best way to put it.